So is Hillary's campaign in trouble? Let's bring in our panel to react. Christian Whiten is a principal at DC International Advisory. Sabrina Schaefer is with the Independent Women's Forum. She's the executive director there and a Forbes contributor as well. David Mercer is a Democratic strategist and former national finance director of the DNC. Thank you all so much for joining us. Sabrina, to you first. It seems like just yesterday nobody would even think about or talk about even jumping into the Democratic race because everyone just right or wrongly, clearly, assumed that Hillary had it locked up. Your reaction? What happened?
No, absolutely. Yeah, no, I mean, suddenly, look, Democrats are sort of entering panic zone, and I had read earlier today. I think part of it is that this just brings back into sharp relief the fact that politics is all about controlling the narrative, controlling that flow of information. And for Hillary, it's been a constant one-sided, sort of barrage against her in terms of the email scandal and Benghazi and this sort of sense that she is clouded in scandal. So she's definitely facing some trouble right now, and I think Democrats are scrambling.
Is it more, Christian, than just the scandals? I mean, are we growing weary of Hillary? Do you think that's why some of these other current and former vice presidents, and Bernie Sanders as well, are now kind of testing the waters, trying to make good on an opportunity, if that's how they see it?
I think that's a huge factor, and there's a real chance in this generation that we will finally pass the torch from the baby boom generation to the next generation. Incidentally, the first boomer president was Bill Clinton. That's when Hillary Clinton was fresh on the political scene 22 plus years ago. And since then, they have fatigued the political scene with scandal after scandal after scandal. And Biden is a real risk to Hillary because he could come in theoretically with support of President Obama. The Obamas and the Clintons have never got along, and if Obama really thinks that Biden is the best chance to succeed him as a Democrat rather than Hillary, then look out for the Democrat field.
But David, let me get you to comment on the possibility of Biden jumping in here, because is our memory short? I mean, he's got those notorious gaffes.
I'm sorry, say that again?
As far as Joe Biden jumping into the race, our memory may be a little short, right, if you consider all the gaffes. But a gaffe is different than a scandal.
Well, I'll leave that to you and maybe the others that are on the panel.
But weigh in with the possibility.
I will. I'd first like to say that the Democratic Party is in disarray or is scrambling, when we just saw the debate, the Republican debate on Fox News, and you have 16 candidates chasing Donald Trump, who's never, ever run for office before or won an office or served in elected office. I think there's a little...
But we're not there yet.
I just want to make sure everybody did get it.
Let's talk about the Democrats.
Here's the bigger thing is it takes a long time to put a presidential candidate campaign in place, right? Iowa is in 6 months. It's not to say that Vice President Biden couldn't do it, but a lot of decisions need to be made very quickly in terms of getting that apparatus in place and getting your fundraising in line. And again, he has the upper leg, so to speak, but decisions need to happen sort of soon.
Do you think, let's bring it back to you, Christian, Hillary may ultimately drop out if these scandals really catch up with her, with the FBI, with the server, and there's nothing on the server? I mean, this thing just keeps getting deeper and deeper.
That's right, and what she has done is a whole lot worse than what David Petraeus did and took a misdemeanor rap for doing. And it'll be a real telltale if the Clintons, if the Obamas are fed up with Hillary, if you see the FBI moving to a deposition of Hillary Clinton, if you see them seizing more evidence, deposing others, and the idea that the woman who was the Democratic frontrunner and who in many ways still is, could be under FBI criminal investigation, indeed could be indicted, is major. Incidentally, going back to the state of the field, we have 17 people on the stage debating. That's what we call democracy.
Guys, I'm running out of time, and I'm curious, David, as a Democrat, who do you favor to win the Democratic primary? David Mercer, Democratic primary.
If I could just say that, first of all, Biden's not going to make a decision on running for office, whether or not
you guys aren't answering my question.
On speculation that the candidate, the putative nominee, is going to run into a scandal. That's fabrication. It's all ginned up by you guys, and it's not true. Well, so that's one.
No,
he's going to make the decision.
General say? What did the FBI say? It's a real investigation of real felonies.
If I might finish, if he's going to run, he's going to do it based on his family. He's going to reflect on the other 2 times that he's run for presidency, and whether or not, like he's done for 36 years in the Senate and served 7 years as vice president, whether or not he could effectively govern as president of the United States. That's what he'll base it on, not on made-up scandals that you guys want to gin up.
Well, let's not let this devolve further. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate your insights. It's always fun to have a lively discussion. We'll call it that.